everyone. Good Wednesday evening to you. I'm Taylor Eaton joining you from WSAZ Plus. Glad to have you tuning in here as we get you caught up on all of the big headlines this Wednesday evening that we are going to have for you at 10 and 11. I'm sure a lot of us are probably looking forward to some warmer days ahead. If you've been watching that forecast, the extended forecast with Tony, we've got a little bit of a warm-up coming our way next week, which I think a lot of us are really going to be looking forward to. In the meantime, we are still dealing with all sorts of ice problems, more snow on the way for us to finish out the week. We'll get you the latest on that forecast at 10 and 11 with Tony. But on that note, the story that we are going to start out here with this evening is one that has been generating a lot of interest online today. A lot of people have been reading about this one. And I'm sure a lot of you have experienced it as you've been out driving on the roads, and a lot of people have been making their way out, some of them maybe for the first time here in the last little stretch that we've had since the storm of a couple of weeks ago. You've probably noticed that a lot of cars have had ice just packed in on them. And you may have been driving along and you've seen it just slide off, and maybe thankfully you've been able to avoid it. But there are some that have not been so lucky, including a young woman that we're about to tell you about here. And we have some video to show you the aftermath of what she dealt with. And she is still dealing with injuries from this. Look at this video. These pictures, I think, really tell you the story of what happened to this young woman. Her family says they're just grateful that she is alive after a huge chunk of ice came flying off of a vehicle that she was driving by and then just went right through her windshield. According to the Greenup County Sheriff's Department, we got a hold of the accident report. They said it was about 3:30 on Monday that a woman was driving on Ohio River Road in Greenup, right near the intersection of Lewis Lane, when this piece of ice just blew off the top of another vehicle that was traveling in the opposite direction. And they said the ice just smashed through her windshield, and she was taken on to the hospital. And these are pictures to show you what her car looked like. And her injuries are very serious. Her family posting to social media, and it was really, really hard to see what she's dealing with. Her mom said that she suffered a broken nose, a broken hand, a lot of gashes. And according to that report, the guy that was driving the other vehicle, they say didn't stop, said he heard the ice come off, but thought maybe it hit the road, which, you know, a lot of times is the case, but this was very much not the case in this situation. But that report said it was about an hour later that the guy told a deputy he was coming back, and he saw that car being towed, and that he realized that it was possibly the ice from his vehicle that caused the damage. That report says that he met with the authorities. The deputy shared his information, although at this point they have not yet told us if he will be cited in this case. But the first responders that were on the scene are using this as kind of a learning tool for everyone. If you have not ventured out yet, maybe your car has been sitting since the snow and the ice, and that has just built up on top of it, to take that extra time before you get going, because we don't want to see any more of this. Thankfully, this young woman is going to survive, but she has some pretty serious injuries from it. And her family, as you can see by the pictures, grateful that it wasn't much worse for her, which it easily could have been. But first responders are just saying, look, take those extra couple of minutes before you hop behind the wheel. Just go ahead and clear that off to avoid this situation and to keep everyone safe on the road. So that's a story that a lot of people, I think, have really been paying attention to today. And it's something that a lot of us have seen since we've been kind of digging out from this storm. On that note, though, there are already, because we are still dealing with the effects of that storm. And then yesterday we had more snow, right? Yay, more snow. But that caused us some more issues on the roadways. And a lot of schools have already made the call to be out of school tomorrow. So while we talk about these NTI days, or these non-traditional instruction days, it has been a big topic as of late, because a lot of districts have had to use these. And some of them have already used up their allotment of NTI days. But superintendents say the issue here is not necessarily the main roads. Those are clear. It's a lot of those side roads in neighborhoods where students live. Those are still ice and snow covered. Hence the reason they feel it's just not safe to have the buses out running and to have parents and students that'll be trying to navigate those tricky conditions to get to school. Now, a lot of times those NTI days, when school districts use them, that can often mean the difference between your student getting out of school on time. If you already have those vacations planned and you've planned those out based on the school schedule as it is, that would kind of keep that in place, not having to tack on those days at the end of the school year. But that might end up being the case because specifically we're talking about Kentucky here. The Kentucky Department of Education told our affiliate that they're monitoring the missed days and may consider going to lawmakers to ask for some more flexibility if the current trends continue because, again, winter is not over yet. So this could still be an issue that we're running into even in the months ahead. So as it stands right now, they said they're not going to be going to ask for those extra days, but that is something they may go back to the drawing board and say, okay, maybe we do need to go and ask for a little bit of flexibility in that school schedule. So that's something that I think a lot of districts are really kind of toying with now as far as the NTI days go and maybe having to add on some additional days at the end of the year. It's something we'll be following. We'll keep you posted. But a reminder for parents out there and guardians, keep checking WSAZ.com. That list of school delays and closings still growing for tomorrow morning. So make sure you check that. Real quick, I want to show you some video, though, to show you kind of what I mean when I say we're still locked in ice here. This was taken today by reporter Andrew Colgrove. It's beautiful. It really is. But that's the Ohio River with all sorts of ice. And that's what we've been looking like for days on end. But as you will hear from Chief Meteorologist Tony Cavalier at 10 and 11, things start to thaw out eventually. Eventually, we will get there next week. But we do have another first alert weather day on the board. That is for Friday. We are going to finish out the week with another quick hitting snow. So he'll get you caught up on that forecast here at 10 and 11. And next here in our headlines, today, a court appearance that we'll share some video with you here as we talk about it and give you an update on that. Today, the man accused of killing a member of the West Virginia National Guard and injuring another near the White House in November, he was back in court today, pleaded not guilty in federal court. Federal prosecutors say they are seeking out a path for the death penalty, in this case for Romanula Lockenwall. He allegedly shot two members of the Guard in late November. Sarah Beckstrom, she passed from her injuries in that attack. Andrew Wolf, though, he is still in the hospital undergoing some pretty intense rehabilitation, but some great improvements his mom has shared, and even just yesterday, Andrew Wolf posted for the very first time on social media since the attack happened, saying that he was grateful to be alive and he was very thankful for the thoughts and the prayers. He said that's really helped to keep him going in this process of recovery. As far as the suspect, though, Lockenwall, his defense has argued the government has not proven a motive for first-degree murder. So he was back in court today for an appearance. Next court date has been scheduled for May the 6th. So we've got that one on our calendar. We will let you know what happens with it, but May 6th is set for the next court appearance for the suspect in that case. Finally, here in our headlines this evening, still following the water crisis that is going on in Wayne, West Virginia. The very latest on this situation, it's kind of been a setback here as far as the efforts to restore clean water to people that have been affected for more than 2 weeks now. Now being told they're going to have to wait even longer for clean running water in their homes. The mayor telling us yesterday that the cold weather that we've been experiencing here as of late has caused a water main break and leaks throughout their system. So that's going to delay the next steps needed to continue that flushing process and to clean the water for homes. And it's been 2.5 weeks now since that do not consume order was first put in place for customers within this system that receive their water from this particular system that has been affected. But one man, though, our reporter Charlie Roth went and spoke with him today. He has been making it his mission to make sure that families are taken care of. We know there have been massive water distribution sites that have been set up to provide people with bottled water, setting up water tankers for them to come and refill. But he's taken it upon himself to create laundry and shower units, placing those in different areas around town. Because he said he just didn't want to see his fellow neighbors struggling through this crisis. The showers right now available around the Wayne area. We do have a full list of those for you on WSAZ.com. If you are personally affected or you have family members that are affected that can't take care of those daily tasks right now, that full list, you can find that on WSAZ.com. And we spoke to Michael Adkins, and he told us that he is actually looking to expand this a little bit more. He wants to make sure that it is accessible for everyone that may need it in the area. He says that they're actually looking to offer handicap accessible showers here in the near future. He says the work is not over because, as you've heard us reporting, this crisis is not over. Unfortunately, now hitting a new setback and a snag and trying to restore water to everyone. So we're going to keep updating you on that one. We're going to keep following up with leaders, the mayor and state officials that have been very involved with this process of flushing out the system and testing to try to determine if it is safe for people to begin using that water again. But as it stands, because of that break that's happened within the system, that's now pushing off the ability to be able to restore that water to people in the area. So that's the very latest that we have on that situation for you. And that's going to do it for the headlines here at WSAZ Plus, the biggest stories that we're following for you at 10 and 11. Always remember that you can stream with us at any time that you would like to get your news here on WSAZ Plus. It's very simple. You can watch with us on WSAZ.com or anywhere that you stream on any of your devices. So we appreciate you tuning in, everyone, here at WSAZ Plus. For now, I'm Taylor Eaton. Hopefully you can tune in with us at 10 and 11. Have a great rest of your Wednesday evening, everyone.